a generally religiously diverse family, and I just felt compelled to try different things and sort of decide who I should listen to in my family. And so I went through a lot of different things. The kids at school were always taking me to their different religious organizations and that sort of thing, and I didn't really want to go, but I felt like it was the polite thing to do. So I did a few Jewish activities, went to a variety of Christian groups, from the very conservative to the very liberal, and I went to a Mormon group for a little while, which was very interesting, but I always felt outside of it. I always felt intensely uncomfortable when we were asked to pray or that sort of thing, because it didn't feel right to me. It felt sort of absurd, the whole situation, so I never felt good about it, but for a while I got really into the Christian side of it, and I was going to this youth group that was just very intense, and I don't know, it was really emotional, that thing. That's just how it was framed. So I started reading the Bible, but the more of the Bible I read, and the more I listened critically to what the pastor was saying at this youth group, the less I could force myself to believe it. So the last time I went to that youth group, they asked all of the people who were doubtful to come to the front of the room, and I went to the front, and they just sort of tried to cleanse us, and I went through that. I just felt really weird and bad about all of it, so that was the last time I ever went, and since then I've been identifying as an atheist.
So it seems like they were appealing to your emotion to believe what they did instead of your intellect, and you were very dishonest.
Yeah, it was definitely emotional appeals. The music they would play, I connect with music really immediately, so they would play these really emotional songs and I always found myself crying, but it wasn't so much the message, it's just the way it was all framed. So I just could not get that to match up.
Why do you feel happier as an atheist?
I feel happier as an atheist for a lot of reasons. First of all, I'm being honest with myself, which was something I wasn't really doing for a long time, and just finally admitting to myself that I didn't believe any of this and it was okay. And also, due to my sexuality, being a lesbian, you get ostracized by religious groups all the time, and just realizing that I didn't have to do that and I could be myself openly in all those ways, and atheism is really accommodating of that. Well, yeah, just absolutely be as honest with yourself as possible, and if you are feeling something in earnest, you shouldn't try to shove that off. That's you. That's your honest feelings, and the more you deny that, the less happy you're going to be. So, I mean, regardless of what it is, if it's atheism, if you feel like coming out of as an atheist is, being honest with yourself, you should do that, and you should explore that. And, it's the same as coming out as gay. My coming out story as a gay person correlates a lot with coming out as an atheist, and it's really all about being honest with yourself, regardless of what people say. Trust your own instincts is all I can really say. Yeah, so I'm Taylor Richard, been an atheist for about 5 years now, openly, and it's about being open, being honest with yourself, and we are atheism.